Good evening, I'm John Diaz.
And I'm Linda Swinford. Thank you for joining us tonight. We continue to follow developments in the Davenport building collapse. Today, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds requesting federal assistance. Governor Reynolds is urging President Biden to issue an emergency declaration for the state of Iowa due to the building collapse. The emergency response is estimated to be at least $5 million, according to Reynolds' request. And a woman whose leg was amputated in order to free her from the rubble has filed a lawsuit, accusing the city and the building's owner of willful disregard for the residents' safety.
Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds' request for federal help includes assistance for debris removal, demolition, reimbursement for response activities, and technical support. Right now, the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers say they'll be unable to support the recovery effort unless a presidential declaration is issued. Efforts have now shifted from removing debris to dismantling the building. Reynolds' letter to President Biden says the partial collapse is of such severity and magnitude that it's beyond the capability of the state and local governments. There will be no federal investigation, though, of the collapse. And a group of Chicago attorneys are representing a couple caught in the Davenport building collapse. One of them had to have her leg amputated as she was rescued. Tonight, News 8's Cesar Sanchez joins us live to tell us more on what those residents are demanding from the building's owner and the city of Davenport. Good evening, Cesar.
Good evening, John. Lots of emotions in front of City Hall today as people gathered in support for Quenisha and Lexus Berry. The couple lived on the 4th floor in the Davenport building. They were both home at the time when their unit collapsed, and Quenisha, also known as Peach, was under the rubble for several hours and had to get her left leg amputated above her knee. Now, they're teaming up with attorneys going against the building owners and the city of Davenport to find justice.
We have inspectors who turned a blind eye. That is criminal. When you look the other way and when you know the possibility of peril and death is imminent, that is criminal.
Like I've said before, life is an amazing gift, and just live it to the fullest, and all you can do is live with no regrets, and that's what we're doing. Everything is for a reason, and as tragic as this is, we aren't backing down, and we're going to stand our ground, and we will prevail in this situation.
Now, after the press conference, I spoke with Lexus, and she told me that she did sustain an injury after falling for storage. She would not disclose what her injury was, but says she's fine, and now her priority is her wife, Peach. John, back to you.
All right, thank you, Cesar. Now, Peach is receiving treatment at Genesis East. She remains positive and says even though she lost her leg, she's grateful to be alive.
Davenport city leaders are meeting for the first time since the collapse tonight. A group of protesters gathered outside City Hall, making their voices heard ahead of the meeting. Let's take a live look in downtown Davenport. A crowd of protesters remain outside City Hall as the meeting gets underway tonight. Council is expected to approve up to $600,000 of emergency funds to help families and businesses displaced. It's not clear if the council will address the collapse any further than that, but we do expect many people to speak during public comments. News 8's Jonathan Fong is at the meeting, and we'll have more on News 8 at 10.